So, Sean, how like engaged are you getting with your agents in terms of like helping them to create like structure and process, or do you largely step back and let them do what they're going to do, and then come to you for advice or guidance if they are looking to increase volume or whatever it may be?
So I need to do more of like stepping back. I think being a past sales trainer, it kind of keeps me like in front of the agents and trying to develop them, trying to figure out what their goals are, help them get there. And we do have tools around like how many people you need to talk to get an appointment, how many appointment conversions do you need to get deals done. Um, I think one thing that I've learned and I'm still learning is to really give Kevin and Jennifer the leeway to kind of do that so I can focus more on the business development. One thing that we've noticed is that 1/3 of our closings, a little more than 1/3, are leads that we provide back to the agents. And if I can get in front of enough people and have conversations at different levels, that my goal is to bring leads in so I can pass them to the team. And when I'm doing more of the micromanage that type of stuff, that really takes me away from talking to people. So that's kind of what I'm focused on, is to try to get myself a little bit more focused on the business development side and elevating Kevin and Jennifer.
Speaking of that, how's the employee program that you were working on before? Is that Are you guys still working on that as one of the what are some of the ways that you are getting in front of different audiences?
So yeah, just as Justin mentioned, when I was in corporate America as a sales trainer, but before that I was a sales rep for a medical company, and we would sell medical supplies to hospitals. So I had that B2B, relationship with hospitals. When I got into real estate, I'm like, well, how do I keep that B2B, interaction? So we actually created a homeownership education course for companies and their employees, and it's free. We don't charge the employee. We don't charge the employer. It's just about giving free home ownership education. And the reason why companies would bring us in is because number one, they're probably struggling with employee retention, employee satisfaction. This is the biggest purchase of an employee's life. Why don't you give them some good education on that? And if they're not using a realtor, that's when they can use someone from our team. To answer your question, though, Justin, so we've been to HR conferences, which I know we've actually seen you at one of those. So we try to get into some companies. We're in Beta Healthcare, Eschaton, Balance Staffing. So there's some companies that we are continually in front of with our education course.
Hmm.
The conversion rate is not exactly where we would like it to be. We're still focused on that, but we've added one more thing, which is the senior living.
Hmm.
So senior living is like that new generation of people that are looking to move into assisted living, 55 plus community, maybe in a multi-generation home with their children, and they might have a house to sell. So we're actually working with the assisted living locations on being a resource for them. In fact, a little plug here. Aaron Weitzenberg, who is a marketing person, created this magazine of all these resources. And it's given to case managers in hospitals. And if you're wondering what a case manager does, they're the ones that once grandma or mom or someone elderly falls, break their hip, and they can't go back and live on their own. The adult children would ask the case manager, well, can you make some recommendations? Well, if they don't know a realtor or a mover or a financial planner, they can look in this. So she actually goes into the hospitals, Dignity being one of them, and has trained the whole case management staff on this catalog. So we're
Wow,
in this. So
very
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So that's the other market that we've entered within the last year.
Given the time that we're in, like you said, with so many people that are hitting that time in their lives, that transition, it's uh it's a very important one to focus on.
Yeah, no, for sure. We've been blessed. It's a 12-hour course that we had to take. There's 3 of us on the team that are certified to work with seniors. It's a different, demographic, different need, but we all have a heart for the seniors, so it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I imagine that it's also very emotional for many of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just as I shared, before we even got started today, that even with my mom, putting her into an assisted living, it was a transition, and there's some emotions there for sure, because she had 2 cats and she can't take care of them. So we're kind of hoping that would work, but yeah, unfortunately, we had to move forward without the cats.